Oh, Doherty. We're going to be reading the first chapter in the live stream. Our car skids to a stop at the police barricade. Ross rolls down the window. Agent Carson Ross. He holds out his badge out to the square-faced cops standing guard. I have a spinner with me. The cop peers past Ross to stare at me with that familiar mix of curiosity and distrust. I pick at a ragged edge on my thumbnail. I hate dealing with people who haven't met a spinner before. They don't look at me and think, oh, there's a 16-year-old girl. They look at me and think, ooh, there's an escaped circus animal. The dangerous kind. They aren't necessarily fully trained. The cop hands Ross's badge back. Chief's waiting for you. Ross guns the motor and speeds to the open space in front of City Hall. I brace one hand against the glove box to steady myself. Today is the Friday before Labor Day weekend, and this street should be packed. There should be people juggling briefcases and cups of coffee, cell phones chirping, and exotic scents wafting from colorfully painted food carts. Instead, an unnatural emptiness screams danger. The warning underlined by the police cars barricading both ends of the block. Behind them, knots of uniformed men and women huddle. Tension and women huddle. Tension emanate, em- emanating from them like a bad smell. The sole person standing on the street is Portland's chief of police, Lamar Graham. Ross, chief lips apart in a sigh of relief. Thank God you're here. He bends lower, eyes skipping past me and into the back seat. You only brought one? Alex and I were close by when we got the call. Ross says, if I'd gone back to the center, it would have been taken 20 minutes. Traffic is nuts out there. Chief checks his watch, a nerve in his jaw twitches. How long do we have? Ross asks. 15 minutes. Ross climbs from the car. You called from someone from the bomb squad? Chief shouts a few words in the direction of the huddled officers. I step into the cool fall air, pretending the word bomb doesn't faze me. Up close, I can see sweat darkening the fabric under Chief's arms. My already clenching stomach tightens. Chief wants another spinner here, because if two of us work together, we can combine our skills and hold the freeze longer. Now it's all going to be up to me. That's McDeenan, Chief says, nodding toward a man striding up the sidewalk. It's his first freeze. McDeenan marches up to Chief and salutes. He's got a brutal crew cut and is wearing the spotless uniform that makes him look like a character from those Vice War video games the other center kids play, except for the bag that he carries, black, lumpy, and with bomb squad etched across it in white letters. My mouth, my mouth, my mouth fills with spit, and I swallow hard. Let's get to it, Ross says. I stretch out my arm, exposing the 3-inch wide metal bracelet, clamp clasped tight between my left against my left wrist. Looks like one of those bands Wonder Woman wears in the old cartoons. Except mine is called a leash. It's stamped with the center's logo, and I'm required to wear it whenever I leave the building. Ross pulls the key from his pocket and twists it in the band's lock. The knot in my stomach loosens. Leashes emit a low-level electric magnetic current that, when pressed against a pulse point, pressed against the pulse point. Blocks my ability to think with time. The instant it falls away, I relax a little. It's like inhaling a mouthful of fresh air after being cooped up in a stuffy room. You'd better hurry, Chief says, taking the leash from Ross. He glances at his watch again. It's a sporty. It's a spot. It's a sporty thing, and even from 4 feet, even from 4 feet away, I can read the time. 1:47. According to the guy who called it in, she says we're down to 13 minutes before the bomb blows. My stomach twists back into a pretzel. If I can't hold the freeze long enough, for McDinnon to find the bomb and figure out how to dismantle it, then City Hall is toast. There isn't time for another spinner to get here and try again. Don't worry, Ross says. Alex has never failed a mission yet. Chief doesn't look comforted, but Ross's faith helps restore some of my confidence. I roll the tension from my shoulders and hold out my hands. Ross grasps my right one, and McDina slides a damp palm around my left. I breathe slowly, the way Ross told me to do when I feel anxious. You ready? Ross asks me. I look into my eye. I look into his eyes. They're blue with flecks of darker color in them, like waves in a picture. I once saw of the ocean. I take another breath, release it, and then I freeze time. Everything stops. Sound disappears. The bright September air grows peacefully still. People turn to statues. A clutch of fall leaves, caught in a passing gust of wind, hovers a few inches above the pavement. In the sky over City Hall, a flag hangs in a half-rolled wave. Nothing, not a person, insect, machine, or object moves anywhere in the world. Nothing, that is, except me and the two people whose skin I'm touching. Lieutenant's hand touches in mine. He's gawking, looking at all the strangeness. A squirrel suspended mid-jump between two trees, tail bristled by a breeze that no longer exists. The fact that our shadows won't follow us since we can't block an unmoving ray of light. Impossible absolute silence. My breathing steadies. It's calm, no longer forced. The frozen quiet laps me like a warm bath. It's not just a lack of noise, it's the absence of sound, pure, undisturbed. For the first time since I got out of the car, my body relaxes. This is my element of freeze. Is one place where I am in control. I release 2 minutes hands. Let's head in, I say. McGeehan doesn't move. Instead, he bends to pick up one of the floating leaves and rips it into pieces. When he opens his hand, the shreds flutter to the ground like confetti. We need to get going, Ross says. Alex can only hold time for about half an hour. She's dragging along two other people. McGinnon makes an obvious effort to regain his focus. He straightens, dusting the leaf scraps off his palms. The briefing notes said that security cameras call a suspect leaving the building at the west entrance. We'll start there. Inside, City Hall radiates abandonment. The building is designed with an open lobby that soars all the way to a skylight 3 stories above. To the left and right, stairs lead to the upper levels. There are no people. We cross the open space and head down a tall to the right. Everyone must have left the building quickly. Doors hang ajar on either side of the hall. I catch a glimpse of jackets drooping on the backs of chairs. Coffee cups forsaken on window ledges, pens dropped on top of half-finished notes. Every desk we pass holds a lit computer screen. For a second, I wish we weren't walking quite so quickly. I am always curious to see how norms spend their days. The west entrance lies at the bend of a stairway leading down into the basement. It's a solid door with glass on the upper half, with upper half and a sign saying exit only. Security camera hangs over the top molding. Its green light shining dully through the still air. I stop on the landing facing the door. Ross waves a hand in my direction as your show. I nod. McDinnon switches his attention from the door to me. I smooth a Ross waves a hand in my direction as your show. I smooth a strand of hair into my ponytail. How long ago did the suspect leave? I asked Ross. He glances at his watch. The hands, of course, haven't moved since the freeze. He flicks its metal casing. The camera called him at 12:25. It was almost 1:50 when you froze, so you'll need to rewind a bit. Less than an hour and a half? I close my eyes. In my mind, I picture time as strands woven in the air. Usually the strands slide by freely during a freeze. They hang still like fiber stretched across a loom. Mentally, I tighten my grip and pull the strands toward me. Time shifts backward, a gently rocking current that flows through my body. I pull harder, gathering momentum so the minutes rush by fast enough uh, the, that the hour and a half will pass quickly, but not so fast that we can't see what's happening. The rewind settles into smooth rhythm, and I open my eyes. Shadows flicker Shadows flicker along the stairwell, light fading and brightening, too to match the rapidly altering pattern of sun and clouds outside the window. The air is filled with a whispering hum, and a combination of all the background noises so easily ignored in real time. Distant voices, the drone of a heater, the faint buzz of electricity. To me, it sounds like white noise. Ross describes the sound as an overlarge mosquito lodged in his brain. He says it's doubly irritating since everyday noises like a sneeze or a clap get unrecognizably distorted when heard sped up and backward. Denon pulls on his car, pulls on his ear. Ross watches the closed door, tapping the handrail with one finger. I sit down. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Excuse me. Okay, back to what I was saying. Ross watches the closed door, tapping the handrail with one finger. I sit down and write my name in the door on the edge of the step. Alexandra Manning is it's my own little ritual. Temporary signature on the scene I've created. A maintenance guy zooms up from the basement and flits past. He's lugging a bucket and mop. His image is unsustainable. As the sounds are hushed, McDenon lurches out the way. Don't worry, Ross slaps the wall next to him. All you can touch is what was here at the moment of the freeze. That guy's like a memory. We can't affect the past at all. All we can do is rewind it and see what happened. McDenon rubs a hand through his crew cut. I let my I let more time slip past. The strands move through me more sluggishly than usual. The time headache has already woken up in my temple. I'm extra aware of the draining sensation from dragging along two norms, probably stress from the bomb. Despite the comfort of the freeze, there's tightness in my stomach that hasn't completely gone away. How are things at the sick this week? Ross asks. Then it tugs his ear again. I beg your pardon? He's talking to me, I say. I point to my shirt. It's part of the uniform I always wear when I go out on a mission. Khaki pants and a Collared maroon shirt embroidered with the word Crime Investigation Center, Northwest Division. The CIC, I tell him, pronounced phonetically, it's sick. I see. Hold on a second. My legs are falling asleep. Give me a second, guys. I see McDenon doesn't sound like he does. And everything's good there. I consider telling him that when the highlight of your week is rewinding violent crimes, it's generally not considered a sign of a happy home. I refrain. My life isn't this man's business. Stop, Ross calls. I pull on the mental strands to halt the flow of the rewind. Super, imposed over the closed west door. Shadow door stands open, revealing the dim figure of a man backing into the building. Is that him? Ross asks. McDean studies the man carefully. He's young, I guess, early 20s, a white guy, average height, wearing jeans and a dark windbreaker zipped up to his chin. Can you rewind it a little farther? McDaniel asked, real slow. I was, he asked. The young guy backs all the way in, then presses with one hand on the door, tapping his face up toward the security camera. He lifts his other arm and waves a defiant one finger salute at the growing green light. That's our suspect, McDaniel asks. McDaniel shakes his head. Must be a real whack job. Can we follow him? Absolutely. Russ pats my shoulder. Good job, Alex. That was fast. The compliment sends a flush across my cheeks. I raise my chin. I don't want to see how much pages are left for this chapter. Excuse me, guys. How many? Okay. I think this is where I'm going to end it for today. These chapters are like really long. Look how many pages are left. So I thought it'd be shorter than that. We're going to end it with halfway through the chapter. All right. Bye, guys. How do I end this?